Hello and welcome back to the Gaming 5. Now I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. There are good people everywhere. Take for example a city where the crime is really high and that you could just walk down the street and get shot or mugged. I guarantee that in that city you'll still find good people. And that's kind of why I put the word gamer in quotes. I know there are good gamers, I know there's good people, but when I put it in quotes, we're talking about the people that make you say jokes like, once you've read the comment section, you've already lost. That's why I don't go to NeoGAF. We're here to talk about the gamer psychology problem. And it's actually quite simple. It boils down to just one thing: acceptance. Now again, I know this is a worldwide problem. Humans have always had trouble accepting one another. Different colors, different races, different religions. People have died over these things. And you might even wonder, gee Jason, how are the differences of opinion in gaming any different than the differences of opinion in religion? Because now we're looking at the difference between something socially acceptable and something not. Let's start with the cause. If I go out there and talk about racing, no one's gonna judge me. People are gonna be like, he races? Now if I go out there and talk about video games, people will be like, and I know that you're smart enough to know that there's a socially accepted difference between those two topics. I'm not saying there's no other topics that are socially unacceptable, but I'm saying that gaming is considered generally socially unacceptable to talk about in public. Now let's talk about the effect. The effect is psychological. The effect is transference. What ends up happening is that these gamers who don't feel accepted in real life, who don't feel accepted socially, transfer this sort of behavior into their gaming lives. I know this is going to turn into a lot of psychobabble, but you gotta hear me out on this. Part of the reason this matters is because humans have always had a tendency to kind of carry through how they feel and transfer it to something else, whether it's their escape or a hobby or whatever it is. When people do something else, they tend to carry the types of emotions and whatever it may be that actually gives them sort of emotional stresses or instabilities into something else. I tried to make that sound simple, but it sounded pretty awful, so I gotta use an example. Let's just suppose your boss was a real work of art, and I mean that sarcastically, and you just had a really bad day because your boss was just awful. The chances you're gonna go home and be like, oh hey neighbor, let me help you with those groceries. Unless she's a hot chick, then I guess that would actually make your day better. As opposed to going home in a bad mood because your boss ruined your day and potentially even turning things down or having a bad temper. Hey Jason, let's go bowling. No thanks, my balls have already been in the gutter enough times today. And that was more of a real life example. Imagine if gaming was your escape. You really think that the fact that the real world is not accepting of gamers or the topic they talk about is gonna make them go into gaming and be in a really great mood? Do you think their feeling of being unaccepted is going to turn them around on the internet where it's anonymous and they're going to go, yeah, I really accept that you do something that I don't prefer? No, instead they're going to transfer the way they feel to other people. They're going to say, I don't accept the fact that you play on Microsoft. Think about every problem you see in gaming. Most of them are from not accepting a difference. They're not accepting of the different brand, they're not accepting of the different types of games, they're not accepting of something else. And again, I'm stupid, but not that stupid. I do know that the problem I'm describing now exists in many other industries and in many other lives and in many other ways. But right now, we're talking about gaming, and that core problem exists. When people don't feel accepted, they have trouble accepting others. And that's the core problem and cause and effect we're seeing here, is that the general public, the general society, does not accept gaming. And the people who enjoy that feel unaccepted. Well, when they go into their gaming communities, how do they behave? I know you know that answer, and you know this is basic psychology when I say this, and it's kind of cheesy, but it's true. The first step to solving a problem is identifying it. Some people watching this are going to get defensive. That's not me. No, it's just Microsoft just sucks. Some people will have trouble with what I'm saying because they don't even actually realize they're doing it. And the reason I'm making this video is so that you can understand that, and maybe you can help someone. Make them feel accepted. I'm hoping this video helps at least one person, because if it does help one person realize that they've been transferring their feeling of unacceptance into the world of gaming, well then I did my part. I've been saying this for years and it has nothing to do with gaming, but if every person helped just one other person, well, humanity would be in pretty good shape. That's it for today. I'll see you next time on the Gaming 5.